Overseas, we are hearing this morning of a massive COVID-19 recovery package that EU leaders finalized earlier today. An unprecedented stimulus amount at the end of a marathon summit in Brussels. At one point, an agreement looked very much in jeopardy, but they did hammer out details in the end. And let's take you to Rome for Megan Williams with the details.
This is an unprecedented package in terms of size and also in terms of EU leaders' commitment to the EU. We're talking 1.1 trillion Canadian dollars. And it was a very difficult agreement to arrive at, again, because of the amount of money involved. The summit was supposed to last 2 days. It stretched to almost 5 days. And a lot of the opposition to the proposal of providing grants and loans came from the so-called Frugal Four. These are 4 countries led by the Netherlands in Northern Europe, who felt that, like these smaller European countries, were bearing a disproportionate financial burden compared to the larger countries. And they wanted countries like Italy and Spain that had been very hard hit by the COVID virus and were asking for a lot of money to show some more goodwill in terms of giving that money back. Now, Italy gets almost a third of the money. It had pushed for getting most of that money in grants, so money that it doesn't have to pay back to the EU. Instead, it ended up getting most of it in loans, although a lot in grants as well. There was a compromise struck in the end.
Can you talk specifically about what this will mean for Italy? Because we've spoken so often about that country being really the epicenter of the pandemic in Europe, one of the hardest hit countries and certainly one of the first to be so hit hard. So what will this package mean specifically for Italy, Megan?
That's right. I mean, let's remember, Italy has been the hardest hit European Union country, 35,000 deaths. The epidemic broke out in Italy, and it's been financially devastating for the country, largely because much of the economy depends on tourists who really aren't coming because of COVID continues to be contagious, and there's not yet a cure or prevention for it. So Italy, again, was really pushing to get a lot of that money in grants. In the end of the third of that $1.1 trillion that it's getting, only 40% of it will be in grants, which is still quite a bit of money. And the rest will be in loans, very affordable loans that it will eventually have to pay back. And the other thing is there are conditions with that money. What was made very clear by the Northern European countries in particular, but not only, is that money cannot be used for Italy to pay back its massive debt. It has to be put into the future of Italy. It has to be put into research, into technology, into cutting red tape, into modernizing and making its government more efficient, which have been long-standing problems in Italy. So the money that's coming to it is all geared towards, in one way or another, making Italy a more modern, efficient country, which it desperately needs to become.
Megan Williams from Rome for us this morning.